Genetically modified foods, also known as genetically engineered or transgenic foods, are derived from organisms whose genetic material has been modified in a way that does not occur naturally through mating or natural recombination. This technology allows for the introduction of new traits, such as improved nutritional content or resistance to pests. Here are key details about genetically modified foods. Development and techniques, genetic engineering process, gene isolation. Desired genes are identified and isolated from one organism, for example, a bacterium, plant, or animal. Gene insertion. These genes are inserted into the genome of the target organism using various techniques, such as recombinant DNA technology, which combines DNA molecules from different sources into one molecule to form a new set of genes. CRISPR-Cas9 is a newer technique allowing precise gene editing by making targeted changes in the DNA sequence. Transformation. The modified genes are introduced into plant or animal cells using vectors like bacteria or direct methods like gene guns. Selection and breeding cells that successfully incorporate the new genes are selected and bred to produce genetically modified plants or animals. Types of GM foods. Crops: herbicide-resistant crops, such as Roundup Ready soybeans and corn, which are resistant to glyphosate, allowing farmers to control weeds without harming the crop. Pest-resistant crops, like Bt corn and cotton, which produce a toxin derived from Bacillus thuringiensis that is toxic to specific pests but safe for humans and other animals. Nutrient-enhanced crops. Examples include golden rice, which is enriched with beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A. Animals: genetically modified salmon are engineered to grow faster than wild salmon by incorporating growth hormone genes from other fish species. Benefits: increased yield. Higher crop yields can help meet the food demands of a growing global population. Pest and disease resistance. Reduced need for chemical pesticides, which can lower environmental impact and production costs. Nutritional enhancement. Improved nutritional content can address deficiencies in certain populations, for example, golden rice with added vitamin A. Environmental benefits. Reduced need for tillage, leading to better soil health and lower greenhouse gas emissions. Concerns and risks. Health concerns. Although genetically modified foods are generally considered safe, there are ongoing debates about potential allergenicity and long-term health effects. Environmental impact potential risks include unintended harm to non-target species, development of resistant pests, and loss of biodiversity. Ethical and socioeconomic issues. Issues include corporate control over the food supply, labeling transparency, and access to genetically modified technology for small farmers. Regulation and labeling of genetically modified foods are crucial aspects to ensure their safety and transparency. In the United States, the FDA, USDA, and EPA regulate GM foods. In the European Union, the European Food Safety Authority, or EFSA, oversees the approval and labeling of GM foods. Internationally, Codex Alimentarius provides guidelines for the safety assessment of GM foods. When it comes to labeling, the United States has mandatory labeling for bioengineered foods under the National Bioengineered Food Disclosure Standard. In contrast, the European Union has strict labeling requirements for all GM foods and ingredients. Public perception of genetically modified foods varies widely by region, influenced by cultural, ethical, and scientific factors. In some regions, like the European Union, there is significant resistance and stricter regulations compared to countries like the United States, where genetically modified foods are more widely accepted and consumed. Looking ahead, the future of genetically modified foods is shaped by several exciting advancements. CRISPR and gene editing technologies offer more precise and potentially less controversial methods of genetic modification. Synthetic biology, which combines GM technology with synthetic biology, could lead to the creation of entirely new organisms with tailored traits. Furthermore, developing crops that can withstand extreme weather conditions and changing climates is becoming increasingly important. Genetically modified foods represent a significant technological advancement with the potential to address various global challenges related to food security, nutrition, and sustainability. However, their adoption is accompanied by scientific, ethical, and regulatory challenges that require careful consideration and ongoing research.